Hi everybody, welcome to Homemade and Homegrown Homestead. Today is just going to be a quick little video to kind of catch you up to what's been going on around here and say hello. It's been a scary few days lately. We've had some pretty big predators around here and I'll tell you about that in a second. But first, I gotta get these chickens taken care of. Another one over here. They go through a lot at this stage. A few this morning. Okay. Your treat too. Hold on a second. feel so bad for them right now. We've had a bobcat around, and I've got to keep the girls locked up for a bit. We lost 4 of them, so or three of those ones, and one of these guys. I just got bit under the eye. So I guess the mosquitoes aren't done yet. Anyway, as you can see, fall has arrived here in New Brunswick, Canada. We're going to try and get down this hill without slip sliding. For those of you who watch me, know I tend to slip on this hill every time. It gets pretty slick, especially first thing in the morning with the dew on the grass and these rubber boots. Anyway, I just wanted to come on quickly and say hello and and to show you that we are in the fall season now, and Joe and I pretty much took apart the garden, so sad to see it go, that's for sure. Look at that. So yeah, we took apart the garden. Looking pretty dreary now. Everything's shutting down. So we had pole beans here, or not pole beans, bush beans. They didn't do well here this year. I'm not sure why, but anyway. I had some yellow onion and red onion in these 2 boxes. They didn't do well. And then the little small sets that I had, well, the chickens decided to dig them up. I'm going to try and put them back in. And my garlic I had in this bed did not do good at all. So I'll have to try another variety and see how that goes. These 2 boxes here, we had along the trellis, they were peas. They didn't do too bad. They could have done better, that's for sure. And then on the other side of the other end of the box, we had a few banana peppers that were there. They did pretty good. And I had some tomatoes, Roma tomatoes, in this box beside the peas. Joe's cherry tomatoes, they did good, and we can't pick these because the frost got at them, so we have to still take these apart. But well, this one ain't too bad, but the other ones are really, really soft and mushy. So there's some cabbage that was left behind. So I'm going to see if I'm going to get anything out of that. So each side we had tomatoes here. We had cucumbers climbing up and over. They did terrible. So I think it was just too crowded in here for them. And everybody's competing for the nutrients. And then these were the pole beans. They did good once they finally got started. I'm also pleased with the scarlet, I think it's called Scarlet Runner or Red Scarlet or something. Anyway, these tasted really good. So I'm gonna save, that's why I've got them hanging here. I still got some on here to save as seeds for next year. So we got that happening. What else? Oh, the tomatoes. So my main tomato area, she's all down. Now they produced a lot. They could have done better, so next year I'll definitely be pulling up the fabric, landscaping fabric, and we're going to I'm going to just lay the fertilizer down to it, put the fabric back down, and then they'll probably do a lot better. And here I had some zucchini and spaghetti squash. Spaghetti squash did really good. Zucchini, not so good. Last year I couldn't get over the amount of zucchini I was getting. So this year, like, there's 6, well actually there's one, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 holes that are in this first part. And I believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6 on the back row. And that's where I had my zucchini. 3 of them survived, but only 2 plants really kind of gave me, you know, a good harvest. But they could have been better as well. The squash, spaghetti squash, oh my goodness. Once they got going, you couldn't stop them. So that was awesome. So this box here, I had radish in the first part. And then this half I had, mostly my bell peppers were here. So they did not too bad. Last year was my nemesis. Like, they were my nemesis. There wasn't anything that I did that helped them. But this year they did better. So next year I've got a pretty good idea of what I'm going to do. And we'll see how that goes. Also, I'm going to be planting the seeds that came from the fruits of this crop. And they say that when you do that, they're alchemated to your area, your soil, everything, and you'll get a better crop next year. So we'll see. Okay, and then this box here, I had the hot peppers. So we had some cayenne and bananas, and I think there was a couple jalapenos. Because the reason why they ended up getting mixed up that way is I lost, like when I transferred them from my sun porch down to the greenhouse, some of the tags fell off. So I wasn't being mindful of that, and I get to the greenhouse and I had no idea what was what. So all I said, well, they're gonna go on the ground and we're gonna see what they produce. So half of this box was those, and then I had some cauliflower that was growing here. Did better this year, which was awesome. And then this box here, I had broccoli, and I had cabbage in this one, and I also had my climbing like English style cucumbers going up over this. So we got rid of those, cleaned that all up. So the reason why this is still up is because I'm just letting that dry up so I can save those seeds as well. So here we've got some asparagus growing. This is the first year I started it from seed. I'm going to take these tomatoes out very carefully, and next year I'm not going to plant anything beside them. It's just going to be the beans on the far end and beans over here. So they're nice and dried, so I could probably take these down and bring them into the house for next year. But yeah, I've never grown asparagus, and I thought I'd give it a try and see if it'll work in my climate. So looks good. So they stay in the ground and they take quite a few years to develop, but we'll see how that goes. And in behind here, beside the greenhouse, these are the spaghetti squash vines. We're going to clean them up, but they did good too. Like I said, once they got going, that was it. I couldn't stop them. So Joe dug up his sweet potatoes. So surprisingly enough, they did better than I thought they would. Because I figured, like, the ground was so compacted here, and we dug it up, like, before we laid the landscaping. I did, till it up and try to loosen up the ground as much as we could. But they did pretty good. He got quite a few nice ones. But next year, I'm most likely going to be putting them in like a fair size box, a nice deep box bed, and I'm going to go from there. They like it a lot more warmer temperatures too. So it didn't get all that hot here this year. It was nice, but it could have been warmer. You see that? That's bear poop. Ah. Okay, so we had our red-skinned potatoes here, and they did good. We could have done better again. I don't know why I keep saying we could have done better, but the reason why the potatoes could have done better though was they were planted late. By the time I got my seeds in the mail for the potatoes, it was already 3 weeks into the season, so they had 3 weeks of, or well, 2.5, yeah, like it matters. But anyway, they had 2.5, behind the planting schedule. So that was kind of discouraging, but got them in as fast as I could as soon as I got them in. And then on the other side of that, we had tomatoes that were left from the seed. I didn't want to waste them from the seedlings that I had in the greenhouse, so I decided to plant them. Unfortunately, they didn't do good because the deer and everything chomped them off, got them. Then I showed you that bear poop because he got at our corn and tore the corn apart. So Joe didn't get his corn. But he shredded that all up. It's hard to say goodbye to the garden, especially when it's been, so fun this year. And the greenhouse. Oh, the poor greenhouse. This was full of tomatoes. But yeah, so we cleaned this guy all out. We're not too sure what we're gonna do with this, but this was the chayote plant that we got from the store. Actually, we thought, you know what, let's try and plant it. So we did, and we got 3 decent ones that we're trying. Got another one here. So because he reinforced everything from last year, those of you who have watched me, the plastic and everything caved in with the metal frame that we had here. So I got Joe to make the wood frame, and so we're not sure if we need to take down the plastic or not. Yeah, that's still undecided. So here we are looking at 2021 season has come to an end. So sad. Okay, here we go up the hill. But I'm going to show you some of the fruits of my labor. We're going to take you into our cellar and show you what I've been doing and what it looks like with all the canning and things like that I've been kind of picking up as I go grocery shopping and stuff like that. Don't mind the mess down here. This is the crawl space. Okay, so I did a video on doing canning pumpkin. I didn't grow these, but the farmer up the road did, so I grabbed some off of them and canned some pumpkin so I can make pumpkin pie. Then, parts of my tomatoes. So I'd made a lot of stuff with my tomatoes this year. I had a lot of plants. Sorry, I'm out of breath from climbing that stupid hill. But anyway, so here I made some barbecue sauce. I bought some navy beans, so I got them all canned up so I can do whatever I want with them. I also made some pizza sauce with my tomatoes. And Joe said it tasted like professionally made, so I'll take that as a compliment. Also, I made tons of crushed and diced tomatoes. Back here there is some rhubarb that grows pretty pretty good in my property, so I canned some and I froze some. So again, we've got crushed tomatoes here. And I made tomato soup this time also. So I got a few cans of them. Bought a few cans of peas because I froze my peas, so I wanted some in a can. Potatoes. So I canned some of our potatoes, and then these ones are store-bought, so I canned those. I bought a bunch of peaches at Costco, so I canned those. For my tomatoes, I made fresh salsa. And caramelized onions. I bought some onions. Probably, I think they were 25-pound bags or 50-pound bags of onions. So I grabbed some white ones and red ones. So I canned some of the white ones or yellow ones, whatever you want to call them. Then I also made, well, there's more crushed tomatoes. Lots of crushed tomatoes. Okay. So I went to the store and I did a video on just kind of stocking up on some of the things. You can check out that video. It's called Better Safe Than Sorry. So I just went to the store and bought, you know, a few things, necessities that I'm going to need. I did broke down and bought some canned tomato juice. I didn't get any tomato juice made, which, yeah, shame on me. But anyway, I did. Bought some chicken broth, and I got some olive oil and mayo back there. And then couple small cans of baking soda or baking powder. And some other canned goods here. Cans of mushrooms and manwich and cans of ham. Things like that. And sorry if the lighting is horrible. I do got the spotlight on, but anyway. So I bought a few more jars of oil there, some evaporated milk. Now, I didn't know that I had a few different apple trees along the back side of my property, which is like just shy of 3 acres. So in the back hills. Anyway, I made some applesauce, and I also made some apple pie filling, and it tastes so good. So I was quite happy with that. That was a free gift from God, so I praised him for that. Then I bought some kidney beans. We like chili around here, so we like adding our kidney beans to that. So I was able to do up quite a few jars of that. I got to bring these jars up so I can use them. But then I bought some dried goods and canned them in here and sealed them with my sealer machine, the seal machine that I have. So I got some like soup mixed soup mix. There's some other dried beans back there. Yeah, so there's an oatmeal, stuff like that. Okay, now this is, Joe just helped, like he built this year because he knew, I told him, I said, I'm going to be canning lots. So he put these shelves in for me. This section, this door section here, that was sectioned off, was here when we bought the house. So it looked like at one point that they might have used it long time ago for the purpose of it being a cellar. But anyway, and all these orange things that you see is the spray foam, insulation spray foam that we put in there. So Joe sprayed that. Anyway, so lots of tomato products, as you can see. So these are the diced tomatoes. Some more diced tomatoes. I made some crushed tomatoes there as well. Tomato sauce. So this is my tomato sauce. And I did can some beef chunks, so stew beef. And then I canned some chicken legs. Also, these are some taco beans. So I did do a video on that as well, how to can taco beans and baked beans. So these are my baked beans. They're yummy. And these are the these are the potatoes. that from the store that I had bought. So so I canned a bunch of them, and I've got a new batch that I did here, as well as I've got some more barbecue and more salsa. Barbecue sauce here, salsa there, which I think I want to get another can of it. We've been eating it, and we shouldn't be. So I didn't get a big, like I said, with my bush beans, I didn't get a whole lot, so I just canned what was there and what was good. So, and we've been eating some of them, but we've only got 3 jars left. Baby carrots. So I just bought baby carrots and threw them in the jar. More diced tomatoes. I did some strawberry jam. I bought some crates of strawberries from Costco and did some fresh strawberry jam. This was funny because the first time I did the strawberries, it didn't thicken up quite like I wanted to. But Joe said it's just like the strawberry sauce that DQ would use on their like banana splits and stuff. So he's been using that as a treat. So cool. It'll get ate up, especially with my hubby. We've got some dill pickles here. They are pretty tangy. I probably put a little too much of the garlic, or not the garlic, but like the dill seasoning in it. But we did have a jar already, and they tasted really good. What's this? More barbecue sauce. And then more of the tomato sauce, I believe. Plain tomato sauce. Yeah, this is just basically beat up tomatoes. And I put some salt in it. That's it. And so I can do whatever I want with that. So, okay, then on the other side, here are... So, the patch that had where it was really bad, where I showed you by the greenhouse, I also forgot that I had a couple plants that were pumpkin. And I didn't think that they were growing, and they were hidden underneath the leaves. So I've got a few of them there. And I got some more of my spaghetti squash. And it's so good, I've been eating it. But some of them didn't get all that ripened, but that's okay. There's some of the potatoes. And then these are the potatoes that we grew. Joe does have some of his sweet potatoes in here, I'm not sure. But anyway, we grew these guys. So that is a wrap for 2021 as for my growing. I'm still going to be getting what I can at the stores, because I am still noticing quite a lot of shortage happening. And if you haven't, and if it hasn't hit your area yet, it's coming down the pipes. So just a little flash warning there to give you something to think about. My video that I did, Better Safe Than Sorry, I kind of mentioned that you should start stockpiling a little at a time, not being a hoarder or being a panic shopper or anything like that, because that's what's going to happen later if people aren't kind of opening their eyes to seeing what this issue that's going on in the world, in which we all know what that is it's going to wreak havoc in the next a little while, and it's slowly trickling in a little bit at a time. I'm really bothered with this bite. Look at that. And it's probably distracting you too. I just put my finger here. How about that? It's itchy and I'm trying not to touch it. Anyway, so yeah. So no matter where you live, whether it's at a little small community like I am, but out in the country, or in an apartment. If you can, which I know you can, you just gotta make the decision to do it. But to grow some of your groceries, it makes a world of difference. Not only that it saves you money, obviously, but it gives you just a personal satisfaction that you grew something, and to watch it grow. And if you've got kids, you know, you're educating them and showing them where their food comes from, and that it doesn't just come from a grocery store, that somebody worked hard to grow that, and this is, you know, the fruits of it. This is what you get from, you know, from a tomato plant or a cucumber plant or whatever that you try to grow, or lettuce. And you can grow lettuce inside your apartment if you've got a windowsill, you know, and just put the pot there and you've got fresh lettuce all the time, instead of it wilting in your fridge and going bad and rotting. Anyway, it's fun, it's rewarding, and that's the main thing, right? But yeah, like I said, I still going to the grocery store, still picking up more things. I'm going to be probably getting more, like potatoes, put them down in the cellar, you know, some soups and stuff. But I'm going to be canning my own soups, so that's going to be ahead. When we process these chickens, I'm going to be canning a lot of that chicken meat and freezing some of it. They're not going to be frozen as whole like I did the other batch. So we've got whole chickens in the freezer now from our first batch, and then this batch here, now that we've lost one from the 30, so we've got 29 birds to process next week. We will do a video on that as well. We already did the video on the birds there a few months ago, so if you want to check out that video, you can also. But yeah, just going to be picking up, you know, some more of the necessities and things like that. Probably more noodles and maybe another bag of rice or something like that, and get that airtight, canned airtight. What else? Maybe, you know, a few cans of peas and carrots and things like that. So, well, not carrots because I got carrots here, but corn, because we lost out on our corn, so I'm probably going to stock up on some corn. Joe loves his corn. So I'm going to grab a few cans of that as well. So that's it. That's all I got for you, ladies and gentlemen. So if you like the content and like my videos, be sure to give those videos a like, but also hit subscribe. Subscribing to my channel really helps me get out there, and it shows the algorithm that you enjoy content like this, and so you'll be able to see a lot more. So it's not just about you know, getting attention to our channel, but it also designs how the internet gives you the content that you watch the most. So it helps you in the long run, giving you the opportunity to make sure that you're watching the things that you like. So, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss another video that I upload. And if you could be so kind to share the video on your social medias as well. I'm sure there's plenty of friends and family that would enjoy watching how to can, how to garden, how to look after chickens. Maybe you or somebody you know is thinking about becoming a homesteader in some shape, you know, some way, shape or form. And, you know, they could learn some of the tactics that I do. You know, Joe and I are pretty small scale right now, but we are looking to build more. So come springtime, we're gonna build a pig area. So we're gonna raise a couple pigs. That's gonna be our next project in the springtime. But yeah. So thanks again for stopping by the homestead. We really appreciate you coming and taking the time to watch our videos. So we'll see you next time. Have a great day and God bless. Bye for now. You didn't get it quite finished. Looks like Papa gave you the peanut butter jar to lick it bone dry, but you didn't get it finished. Oh, Tika.